I'm Tommy Kendall, and welcome to Test Drive. Go to the edge.
You might only be able to get there in a Jeep.
Take it to extremes.
Outstanding.
Test your boundaries.
This thing will just crawl like a mountain goat. This is great.
The all-new 2006 Jeep Commander.
We're doing this in style right now.
Push it to the limit. Today we're hitting the trail in Jackson Hole, Wyoming for a first look at the all-new 2006 Jeep Commander, the first 7-passenger trail-rated Jeep 4x4 ever. Available with a Hemi V8 5.7 liter and quadra-drive 2 no less, the new Commander aims to raise the bar on what a Jeep 4x4 can take in terms of punishment and dish out in terms of performance and style. And with millions of acres of untamed wilderness in Wyoming, no better place than to put those ambitions to the test with a down and dirty test drive. Joining us to put this Jeep through its paces are 4-Wheel and Off-Road Magazine's Rick Payway and former Survivor contestant Hunter Ellis. So stick around, because it's all coming up when the Speed Channel Test Drive returns. Here we are at the heart of Jackson Hole, the town square, the $1 Million Cowboy Bar, kind of a landmark as we circle around the park, the square here. All four corners have these huge antler arches. There's a sign really kind of goes to the heart of what Jackson Hole is. It's a cowboy town. It says shootouts Monday through Saturday at 6:15. Sorry, no shootouts on Sunday. Now the Commander, obviously, just looking at it, you know it's a Jeep, which is one of their specialties. But that sort of the design language goes back for this car. I think goes back to the early Willys station wagons from the 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and then a little bit later in the 60s, 70s, 80s, the Jeep Wagoneer. You can see it's been a while before you've had a Jeep of this size. The Great Cherokee used to be the biggest one. Now this one is there's more headroom. There's a third row of seats. You got this stepped up stadium seating. I love that, stadium seating. The seating is so versatile, which is kind of demanded these days by consumers. The rear seat splits 50-50. The second one splits 40-20-40. And so the whole point of that being you can arrange it in any configuration. If you want to have some seating, you want to have skis, and so it's just very versatile. And then of course they all fold completely flat, so you can have just kind of just a flat deck space. Well, even though the Jeeps, they pride themselves on having kind of the heart and soul of an off-road vehicle, in this day and age, even someone who's pretty committed to that lifestyle is probably going to spend 80% of their time on-road. So when you get right down to it, people want the ruggedness, and they want to know they can take it wherever. But the reality is, what they're living with every day is a car that needs to be comfortable, needs to be luxurious, and it needs to ride well. At slow speed at least, it's very civilized, very luxurious. You've got in the Limited, you've got the leather. We've got the Boston Acoustic sound system, premium sound system, which this Limited is equipped with. It's optional. It's got both a DVD navigation system, but it's got I believe a 5.8-inch screen, so a nice good sized screen. And even if it's a town like Jackson, there's traffic. So let's get the heck out of town. We're gonna head for Curtis Canyon. Now we've left Jackson Hole, and not far away though is some of the most unspoiled territory you'll find, and it's going to be kept that way with the exception of some very lucky individuals. We're on the Barbie C Ranch, which is a working ranch for the last 5 generations, but it's being converted into one of the most high-end residential communities in the whole world, where they're going to have very few lots, and they're going to sell lots, get this, 5-acre lots, starting at $10 million. And so it looks like the territory of a river runs through it. It's absolutely sensational. Well, I mean, you really feel those limited slip differentials. It's got the front and rear electronic limited slip that are just constantly seeking for the best apportionment of torque and traction. And as I make the turn here to go up further, wow, it's like a cat on carpet. Oh my God, look at that view. That is crazy. That is nuts. We were out there on climbing the hills out of the Barbie Ranch. Now we're on this kind of less than perfect road. Right up ahead is the transition to full gravel. You see it riding over these potholes, covered in potholes here, but Damper's doing a really nice job of taking the edge off those bumps. So I mean, you feel them, but they're not jarring you at all. And then all of a sudden, now we're in Jeep country, dirt road. Ready for the call of the wild. Survivors Hunter Ellis and I leave civilization behind as we head to Wyoming's Gravant River Ranch for a taste of some of the toughest 4x4 action around.